It is being debated that what you call video on the cheap shows that the journalism industry is dumbing down. Would you care to comment on that?
Well, dumbing down is a combination not only of what we write, but what we show visually and what we do with audio. And I think it's possible that what I've documented, which is an increased use of casual and convenient video, is part of dumbing down. But dumbing down also has to deal with topic and with writing. So it's not exclusively, it's maybe only a small part.
Okay. Applying user-generated content, such as using recorded material from your mobile phones, going to not only decrease the quality of news, but more jobs will be cut. Isn't this something we should be concerned about?
Well, I think there's a place in our media for user-generated content, and I think creative newsrooms will find that place. Where they should not go is using it as a replacement for their own news gathering, and that's the great danger. Not that it exists, but that it'll be misused.
Right. And would you say that this is a glimpse of the future for journalism?
It's one of the reasons I fear for the future of journalism. I think there's great potential, but I'm worried that if we continue to exist in sort of a corporate-dominated world, and those corporations demand more and more output with fewer and fewer personnel to gather them, eventually it suffers. The great hope is that young people like yourselves will take the technology, make new forms, and create outlets around that problem.
So consequently to that, is there a way of stopping it? Or?
My view of institutions is a bit pessimistic. I think institutions wait until the very end to make changes when they have no choices. I think the typical business model is deny there's a problem, then ignore the problem, then sell the competing institution product, and finally merge with it. This is not a model of aggressiveness and forward thinking, but it is the more typical business model. I think the hope of the future is that each of us becomes a little bit of journalist, and that we each become involved in our own community's news presentation. But I know that more likely that's maybe 1 in 5 of us, 1 in 10 of us will ever follow that route. But it's still better than a corporate-dominated, bottom-line oriented system that starts doing things like video on the cheap.